first time, well, glad you can be here. So the masses have spoken, and you get 2 Throwback Thursdays today. You get Foreign Beggars, and you get Braintax. I put the poll up there, as you know. People have had their say. I know some people won't watch this, and that's cool. I get it, and that's your choice, and I respect it. I may not have done this video if I hadn't heard Chester P on Shotgun the Ox, and he was talking about how he's moved on from it and he's forgive the dude. It's water under the bridge. So if Chester P can say it's all good, then it's all good. So without further ado, let's jump right in, give it a listen.
Escuchame.
Oh my God. Everyone trying to get out of the rain.
The piano was so nice, and when that beat comes in, subtle, but I don't know, something about it, man. I'm really digging it. And having the lane over of the crowd in the background. Just, I don't know, it's pretty cool, man. A good way to start this.
Everyone trying to get out of the rain. Oh, it feels so good. The rain.
It's like a long walk to China, trying to reach these heads. See the world around your body makes you stay brain dead. Standing around in sick traffic, just inhaling.
Okay, so straight away I can tell that this isn't the same. Like I heard Braintax once on a Task Force song, and I enjoyed it, but I thought it was the weakest of the verses. Straight away I could tell this is a different Braintax, if you know what I'm saying. Immediately his flow jumps right out of the song, man.
Oh, it feels so good. The rain.
It's like a long walk to China, trying to reach these heads. See the world around your body makes you stay brain dead. Standing around in sick traffic, just inhaling some lead. I'm in the phone box, breathing up a stranger's breath. No change left, I fed my last gold queen's head. You're busy now is all the message said. Let me leave you, let your brain cook. Mobile, you're agile, but still hearing cancer rates till you're off the hook. My mind stay steady, taking shelter.
I mean, straight off the top, he's talking about getting cancer from listening, like having cell phones up to your ear, standing in traffic, inhaling the fumes of carbon dioxide and lead, using a phone box, breathing in another cat's, I can't remember what he said, another cat breath or whatever it was that he said. And straight off the top, he talked about like being in this space makes you brain dead. It makes you just kind of going through life with that. Almost going back to the Foreign Beggars track, man, about this like blindfold, gleeful ignorance that we go through life through day to day. So that's what I'm getting straight from this, man, right off the top. Could be wrong, but
Busy now is all the message said. Let me leave you, let your brain cook. Mobile, you're agile, but still hearing cancer rates till you're off the hook. My mind stay steady, taking shelter in a hut on a mountainside, ready for the wind and the rough. I see a storm blow past with economic avalanche. The trails a rich fat nation, trying to cling to every branch. Me, I'm playing mind chess.
It's kind of strange that he's talking about a hut in the mountains, because, as you know, yeah, talking about the economic avalanche, because he's talking about mountains, avalanche, the wind blowing, and also talking about the country, this fat, rich country is basically falling out of the tree, blown over by this strong wind, by this avalanche, and they're trying to grasp at every tree, every tree branch as they fall, or every branch as they fall out of the tree. You've seen a lot of that right now, right? In our current situation.
They're in a hut on a mountainside, ready for the wind and the rough. I see a storm blow past with economic avalanche. The trail's a rich fat nation, trying to cling to every branch. Me, I'm playing mind chess, then monopoly with stress. Playing snap by the log, 5 reports are down. Got a year's supply of fix, hiding out in deep sticks. I'll emerge in 20 years when there's no cash left. But for now I'm back to basics, spilling out rap.
So I wonder what he means by that. I'll emerge in 20 years when there's no cash left. Does that mean when he burns through his cash? Or does that mean when cash is no longer, like we become a cashless society, which is talk of, there's always talk about that too, comes up in conversation. So I'm guessing he means, but if he's up in the mountains and he really doesn't need cash. So I don't know, I'm thinking that's probably what he means is when all the cash runs out down here in society, you'll come down out of the mountains. It's a pretty interesting concept for a song.
By the log, 5 reports are down. Got a year's supply of fix, hiding out in deep sticks. I'll emerge in 20 years when there's no cash left. But for now I'm back to basics, spilling out raps, freestyling in the snow while I'm laying squirrel traps. It's survival, but really none of us can pull it off. Just filling up the silence with my fresh air cough. See, I got the theory locked, but now I'm losing my mind. Cause the poisons in my blood are trying to make it to the outside. Outside, money and cars and more waste. Detox, I'm displaced, fighting craving for that city taste.
That's so cool, man, because he's talking about, he removes himself from the situation about, being around all the things that are making him sick, mentally and physically. Yet he still yearns for that stuff, the money and the cars, and he's trying to detox himself off of that, which is why he went into the mountains anyways, to be around nature. Yeah, man.
I'm displaced, fighting craving for that city taste.
I'm always down for a good scratch, man, and you're putting an inspector deck in there. Come on.
And like I said, I'm all in it, like on life through life. Paranoia strikes, creeping out the forest at night. I like to sit back, hold up, sharpen my knife, learning all about myself, but I'm missing the hype. It's survival, the helicopter.
What a great friggin' line, man. What a bar. He's enjoying being alone, learning about himself, but he misses the hype. So he's going back to, he's craving that, when people had his name in their mouth, man, they were always talking. I guess when this song came out, anyways, they were always talking great things about him, and hyping the guy up, and he finds that when he's in solitary confinement, he's put himself up away from all that stuff. He's missing that, man. The ego part of him really needs that, whatever the hell it's called. You know what I'm trying to say. He just desires that, man. He needs to be wanted and needed and hyped up.
My knife, learning all about myself, but I'm missing the hype. It's survival. The helicopter left me with a rifle, but it rusted up, so I'm on the snow, I'm very trifling. I sing aloud in my hideout, cause no one can hear me, and nature's looking bigger and it doesn't fear me, or any of my city ways. Haven't said a word for 1 month, hear my snow boots crunch through the wasteland. This could be a parallel to cityscape.
Okay, before I go too far, I love that idea where he says he hasn't said anything for a month, and then he's talking about listening to his snowshoes on, or I think he says snowshoes, like crunching on the snow, and that's really cool that he says that, because especially these days, life is so friggin' noisy. We're never away from our phones. We're never away from other people. We never take the moment to find that those solitary, silent moments. And you don't realize how much you miss. If you go for, I do it myself. When I go for a hike in the morning, I have headphones on, listen to podcasts. And one day when I went for a long hike, my phone, it was cold, my phone died, headphones died. And so I'm walking, I'm listening to my feet on the snow. You're hearing birds, the trees, the branches are rattling against each other. All the things that you miss when you don't allow your brain a time to relax and absorb the surroundings. So I really dug that part. And after all that friggin' rambling, I forgot what I wanted to say. I'm gonna bring it back for you for a second. I know I got something I wanted to comment on.
Snow and very trifle. I sing aloud in my hideout cause no one can hear me, and nature's looking bigger and it doesn't fear me or any of my city ways. Haven't said a word for 1 month.
That's what I want to say. That the fact that the nature, nature's not impressed by this cat, man. It doesn't matter how many records he sold. It doesn't matter, what kind of place he lived in or the money that he has. None of that shit. Nature isn't impressed, and nature will kill you. Not think anything twice about it. So doesn't matter how impressive you are as a man, nature will win that battle almost all the time.
My snow boots crunch through the wasteland. This could be a parallel to cityscapes where tree towers overpower and isolate many souls. Nature's like a friend until they turn cold, and icy looks at icebergs on my tent poles.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Nature can be your friend until it turns cold. Yeah, and I love how he's comparing it to city life. It's the same thing, man. Like, nature can be your friend or it can be your enemy. And he's talking about how enemies or friends can be the best thing in the world, man, until they turn cold and they turn their back on you. Then they can destroy you, kill you, any of those types of things. So that was really cool, man. How he's doing this, how he's comparing the city to nature and living in the two.
Nature's like a friend until they turn cold, and icy looks at icebergs on my tent poles. The IMAX is now live from the Arctic. You could call me Braintax, now my verbal film started. Reindeer and target on the hill by the tree line. I move quick, this reminds me of the free line. It's simple, hunt and gather rules still apply, but we never turn to greed, and death's a catalyst to life. Can you hear me?
Again, back to that, comparing to the city, it's like you're hunter and gatherer in the city. I mean, you gotta grind. You gotta, whether you work your 9 to 5 or whatever it is you're doing to make money, to put a roof over your table, food, or sort of roof over your head, food on the table. And it's no different when you're in nature and you have nothing but a rusty rifle and berries and snow to eat. You gotta hunt. You gotta grind. You gotta be that hunter gatherer type of thing. And the difference is in nature, when you kill to sustain life. You just don't kill to take a life. You actually kill because you have to eat, wear skins, any of that type of stuff, and fur. But in the city, man, people just take lives for no reason whatsoever.
Still apply, but we never turn to greed, and death's a catalyst to life. Can you hear me?
Escuchame.
Friggin' beat is so crisp. I would love to have the instrumental of this. It's so nice. I'm sure you cats know this, but I actually Googled what that meant because I had never seen that word before. Escuchame, or whatever the hell you say that. and it's in Spanish for listen up. You guys may already know that or not, but yeah, little nugget if you didn't know.
Escuchame. Escuchame. Escuchame.
man, that was the concept behind this song, man, is so friggin' inventive. Really, really enjoyed his delivery, his rhyme styles, flows, case, all that kind of shit, man, on this track. Really enjoyed it because, like I said, when I started, when I heard him on that Task Force track, I was like, what's all the hype about with this cat? Because I didn't find him all that interesting. But this, man, I mean, the inventiveness behind and the creativity behind comparing city to nature and melding that together and drawing all those connections. I mean, it's freaking brilliant, and it's delivered so well. I enjoyed every single second of that song, man. I can see why people are saying, screw it, man. No matter what he did, you got to listen to that track because it's important. That whole album is amazing, and he's a hell of an artist. And this is a good example of his ability as both a lyricist and a writer. And I'm glad I did it. I'm better for it, I got to say. So if you didn't want me to do this track and you're still here, I appreciate you. Appreciate you sticking around and listening to what I have to say. And I want to thank everyone for coming by, checking it out. Like I said on the Foreign Beggars track, I'm not too sure what I'm doing tomorrow, but I might mix it up a little bit. We'll see. So until then, hey, stay safe and be good to each other.